In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on June 24, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Pittsburgh Pirates versus Tampa Bay Rays. The Tampa Bay Rays play host to the Pittsburgh Pirates on Friday night in the series opener from Tropicana Field. These two haven't met since all the way back in 2017, when the Pirates took 2 of 3. While they've only played 6 times since the end start of the 2009 season, the Rays have struggled of late and know they'll need this weekend to turn things around. For the Pirates, they've struggled themselves but still find themselves right in the middle of the National League Central standings, even though the Rays will be favored, given the inexperience on both sides against each other. This opener could certainly be interesting. The Pirates are 12-26 in the last 38 on turf and 25-61 in their last 86 versus a lefty starter. Pittsburgh is 43-106 in their last 149 road games. Meanwhile, the Rays are 48-21 in the last 69 interleague games and 68-33 in their last 101 at home. Tampa is 1-4 in their last 5 Friday games. The Tampa Bay Rays have been the better team this season and should be able to snap out of their funk here. Jeffrey Springs is 1-1 with a 1.09 home ERA in 9 games this season, while Mitch Keller is currently 2-2 with a 5.06 ERA on the road in 6 games thus far. The bullpens have been a major difference thus far, as well as Pittsburgh is 19th in the sport with a 4.24 reliever ERA, while Tampa Bay is 4th with a 3.04 bullpen ERA so far. Springs had a spotty outing in his last game, going 4.1 innings with 4 earned on 7 hits and a walk versus Baltimore. In his 2 games prior, however, Springs had 0 earned on 8 hits and 4 walks in 11.1 combined innings. Keller has been doing well over his last trio, so I believe that he'll post a quality start in this one as well. So the Tampa Bay Rays money line is our full game side pick. These teams have been struggling to have a good BIP, as the Pirates are currently 27th in the majors with a .273 BIP this season, while the Rays are 21st in the big leagues with a .282 BIP thus far. Neither team has really hit the ball out of the park thus far, as Pittsburgh is tied for 18th in the big leagues with 67 homers and Tampa Bay is tied for 20th with 66 home runs so far. Springs has been solid on the mound for the Rays, while Keller has been elite over his last handful of starts, as both will be expected to dominate. Both offenses rank in the bottom 5 of baseball in most offensive categories, and with those struggles evident, they don't expect to see those fortunes change. Additionally, the under is 4-0 in Pittsburgh's last 4 games on AstroTurf. For the Rays, the under is 4-0 in both of Springs' last 4 starts on AstroTurf and 4-0 in his last 4 home starts. This one is expected to be one of the lowest scoring games of Friday's slate of games, and with 2 of baseball's worst offenses facing off, there won't be many runs. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Los Angeles Dodgers versus Atlanta Braves. The Los Angeles Dodgers will go on the road as they take on the Atlanta Braves at Truist Park. Julio Urias is getting the start for the Dodgers. Ian Anderson will take the mound for the Braves. Los Angeles is 7-3 in their last 10 Friday games and 9-4 in their last 13 road games. The over is 4-0-1 in Los Angeles' last 5 games. Atlanta is 8-1 in their last 9 games against the National League West and 4-1 in their last 5 Friday games. The under is 4-1 in Atlanta's last 5 game ones of a series. Los Angeles is 0-5 in these 2 teams' last 5 head-to-head meetings in Atlanta. Both of these teams come into this game after winning 4 of their last 5 matchups. The Dodgers have been one of the best teams in baseball and own the best team ERA in the league. Atlanta is sitting 4 games behind the Mets in the National League East. Ian Anderson has been shaky this season and has allowed at least 4 runs in 3 of his last 5 starts. For the Dodgers, Julio Urias has allowed 3 runs in his last 17.1 innings pitched. The pitching edge in this matchup goes to the Dodgers. On the season, Ian Anderson has a 4.35 ERA, 1.39 WHIP, and a 59-32 Kelvin BB ratio in 13 starts. Opposing batters are hitting .248 against Anderson. He has given up 4 earned runs or more in 4 out of his last 6 starts. Walks have been a major issue for Anderson, as he has 32 walks in 13 games started. This is not ideal against a Dodgers batting lineup that leads the league in walks. Anderson has been much worse at home than on the road. He has a 5.84 ERA and 1.62 WHIP in 5 games started at home, compared to a 3.55 ERA and 1.27 WHIP in 8 games started on the road. On the season, Julio Urias has a 2.56 ERA, 1.02 WHIP, and a 62-17 Kelvin BB ratio in 13 starts. Opposing batters are hitting .212 against Urias this season. Urias has given up 1 earned run or less in 8 out of his last 12 starts. No batter on Atlanta has hit a home run, and only 1 batter has recorded 1 RBI off of Urias. With both teams having elite lineups and bullpens, I have to give the edge to the Dodgers due to the starting pitching and defensive edge. So the Los Angeles Dodgers money line is our full game side pick. Although the pitching on both sides is solid, it's hard to keep either of these offenses down for 9 innings. Los Angeles is averaging 5.1 runs per game on the road this season, and the Braves are averaging 5 runs per game at home. Both clubs enter this series hot at the plate, as Atlanta has scored at least 5 runs in 8 of their last 12 ball games, and the Dodgers have scored at least 7 runs in 4 of their last 5. Anderson hasn't faced a powerhouse lineup since maybe the Brewers or Red Sox in the middle of May. This will be his toughest test by far, and the Dodgers appear to be back on track after a slow start to the month. Urias is in for a treat himself as he faces the best offense in the month of June. Although Urias has shown he can shut down a great lineup, he won't go unblemished against a Braves offense that has scored 1 run or fewer only twice since May 28th. With 2 of the deepest lineups in baseball, expect some scoring regardless of who is on the mound. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Washington Nationals versus Texas Rangers. It's the start of an interleague set on the diamond between a pair of sub-.500 teams down in the Lone Star State. The Washington Nationals are on the road as they kick off a 3-game series with the Texas Rangers Friday night. Washington split a brief 2-game interleague set with the Orioles on the road as they were blanked 7-0 in a game that was shortened by rain Wednesday night. Texas swept a 2-game interleague set at home from the Phillies as they earned a 4-2 victory Wednesday afternoon in the finale of that set. The Rangers swept the last series between the teams, which came in the nation's capital on June 9 to July 11, 2017. Texas has been treading water for a few weeks now as they look to break through the .500 mark and get into the mix for a wildcard spot. After a busy offseason, there is plenty of potential up and down their lineup, and it feels like only a matter of time before everything clicks. The Nationals, on the other hand, are a team in free fall. They have the worst pitching in the league and an offense that has been steadily declining since April. The Nationals as a team are just 2-9 in their last 11. Texas is 4-2 in their last 6 and look poised to finally kick things in gear. The Rangers pitching had been good heading into this game, but that is going to change here. Dunning has really struggled this year, and in his last start he gave up 5 runs. The Nationals bats haven't been great, and over the last 2 games, they have scored only 3 runs. The Nationals bats are going to be an issue again here. Look for Dunning to get back on track against a Nationals squad that has scored 3 runs or less in 6 of their last 8 contests. So the Texas Rangers money line is our full game side pick. Washington entered Thursday's game with the over holding a 37-32-3 advantage in regard to the total this season. The Nationals are 23rd in the majors with an average of 4.06 runs per contest, though they are 15th on the road as they put up just 4.41 runs per game as the hosts. Washington has seen an average total of 9.79 runs per game, and that number climbs to an average of 10.23 runs per game at home. Texas has seen the under post a 35-29-4 record in 68 games on the year entering this contest. The Rangers are 15th in runs per game with 4.38 runs per contest, and that drops to 4.24 runs per game at home on the year. Texas has an average total of 8.69 runs per game, and that number stays nearly flat and it sits at 8.68 runs per game at home. The odds are particularly tough to gauge given that Dunning has been up and down all season and Espino remains largely unproven as a starter. Ultimately, neither pitching staff has shown themselves to be trustworthy this season, with Texas ranking 17th in runs allowed and the Nationals ranking dead last. A vulnerable Washington pitching staff looks primed to get lit up by a Texas team that ranks 8th in home runs per game. Expect to see some big flies on Friday night. The over is 6-3 in the Nats' last 9 games as their staff continues to get torched on a nightly basis, with the Nationals having a tough time slowing anyone down offensively. Look for this one to wind up being a high-scoring affair. There will be runs here. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.